Hello, Cheryl here, the No Sugar Coach. Today is day 48 of my carnivore experiment. Hard to believe. Anyway, lately I've been getting a lot of inquiries or a lot of questions about GLP-1 drugs like Ozempic, Mounjaro, Wegovy. Just general questions about side effects, how much weight you can lose, and that sort of thing. And I mean, I'm quick to tell anyone who asks, I'm not a doctor and I'm not an expert on GLP-1 drugs like Ozempic, but I am doing my homework, a lot of research, and I'm seeking out information from individuals who obviously know way more than I do. And what I've learned may surprise or even shock you. Now, the science behind these kinds of drugs is pretty complex, and you start to read through reams and reams of these scientific papers, and your eyes kind of glaze over. So, what I've tried to do here is distill things down. So, hopefully, I've made them easier to understand. Okay, so let's say I've been on Ozempic for a while, and I stand on the scales one morning, and ooh, happily, I notice that I've lost 22 pounds, and it's very exciting. It feels really good. But what I can't see by the number on the scales is that 9 of those pounds is from losing, muscle and bone mass and water. And only 13 of the pounds is from actual fat loss. So, okay, I tell myself, well, at least I lost 13 pounds of fat. I'm really good with that. But what I don't know in that moment, because no one told me, doctors didn't tell me, is that this drug is busy manufacturing brand new fat cells in my body that didn't even exist before. What? So apparently, by creating new fat cells, it's preventing fat from being stored in places like the liver and muscles. My my metabolic health is being protected, but only for as long as I'm on the medication. The thing is, most people do stop this treatment. As a matter of fact, most people after 2 years will come off the medication for a variety of reasons. First, the cost is so high that it's no longer feasible. And second, many people don't feel very well while they're on this particular drug and they get tired of feeling like crap. So that means that after you stop the medication, these newly formed fat cells will naturally start to fill up again. So now not only do your original fat cells refill, the new fat cells join the party and they start to fill up too. You now have more fat cells than you ever had before, which means percentage-wise, you're fatter than ever. And on top of that, you've lost like your bone and your muscle mass. So, okay, let me get back to my scenario to illustrate this better. So a year or two go by, I've been on this Ozempic for a while, and for whatever reason, I decide that I don't want to be on the Ozempic anymore. So the first thing that happens is that the fat returns really quickly and very easily. I put the pounds back on, and in no time at all, I gain all the weight back. So I'm back to where I was when I started. So I started here and I'm back here. Um, the problem is, I've lost weight, but now I've gained it all back. But I'm not gaining back any of the muscles or the bone mass. That's gone permanently. It's never that stuff that comes back. It's always the fat. So even by returning to my original weight, my body composition has changed. I now have a higher percentage of body fat because I have more fat cells compared to when I started. So I'm even fatter in terms of body composition, despite weighing exactly the same as before, except that now I'm made up of more fat. So I'm going to look, a lot doughier. I'm not going to have any muscle definition. And not only that, my bones will have weakened, and that's going to make me more susceptible to osteoporosis. So it's so important to keep our muscles and bone mass during our weight loss phase. Before you embark on the Ozempic bandwagon, give keto a try for 3 months or try the carnivore diet for 3 months. I know it's harder than taking medication, but you'll keep your muscles and your bones intact. One of the best interviews I've seen on this subject matter is between Ben Bickman and Zoe Harcum. Bickman is a PhD in bioenergetics, a scientist who researches the role of elevated insulin and nutrient metabolism in regulating obesity, diabetes, and dementia. Harcum is a researcher, author, and public speaker in the field of diet and health with a focus on public health dietary guidelines, nutrition, and obesity. I highly recommend you watch this interview if you're even considering taking any of these medications for the treatment of obesity. I've posted a link in the notes below, and I've also cited other studies you may find interesting. So that's it for me today. I hope this was informative. So until tomorrow, eat well, be kind to yourself, and keep a smile on your face. Bye for now.